Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Leah Renee and this is Drab to Fab Lifestyle, where we transform our lives from drab to fab. Of course, I'm your host, Leah Renee, where we discuss lifestyle, we discuss sometimes beauty, we discuss the law of attraction, we discuss it all if it helps you transform yourself from drab to fab. Now, today is Friday, so of course we're going to be doing Vegan Food Fridays. So on this particular Friday, we're going to be doing a vegan vegetable pesto pasta. I am so excited for this. I have had a couple requests for pasta, and I was wondering if there was some type of dish that I could do that was quick. I know that a lot of times when it comes to vegan foods and things of that nature, there are a lot of steps. But when I tell you that the most that you're gonna need from this is a processor, and that is to process the vegan Parmesan, which I have a recipe for vegan Parmesan cheese. Now, this is not your Parmesan cheese that you get out of the bag from the grocery store. This is actually homemade Parmesan cheese, and I promise you it's amazing. The first time I tried it was in LA, and it's amazing, and it will be available for you guys to have within this video. Also, for the pesto, you're going to need a processor, of course, to process the pesto. Outside of that, it's just your traditional pasta. You're going to be throwing a bunch of stuff into your cooked pasta, and then that's going to be pretty much it. So, without further ado, I'm going to allow you guys to view this intro. For all my newbies who have not viewed this particular channel before, thank you for viewing. Thank you for coming to support Drab to Fab Lifestyle. I really appreciate you. If you're not following all of my social media pages, make sure that you follow my social media pages right now. Make sure that you hit the website up. Get all your waist trainer needs. Anything that you need product-wise is on the website. Hair extensions, literally everything, okay? We got it all. And for all your manifestation needs, you can follow me on my personal page, as well as some of my lifestyle too. So, yes, check out this intro, and we'll be right back. First things first that we are going to do, we are going to be making the pesto. Okay, now I previously have some leftover pesto because I make this recipe for myself often. I have a little bit of it left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of the recipe that we're going to be doing today, and then I'm just going to kind of incorporate them in together. Okay, so if you guys did not know, I do this on live every Friday when I do my Vegan Food Fridays. So if you see me glancing over to the left, it's not me ignoring you. I'm just trying to see who's in the room. Okay? So, of course, I'm going to put on some gloves. I have pre-washed my hands, and I'm going to put on some gloves. We're going to go ahead and boil this pasta here. Now, today I'm going to be using, of course, vegan pasta. Now, you can go to the grocery store and you can just literally look at the recipe and make sure that there are no dairy ingredients in it. You can check to see what type of chemicals are in there, if that's very important to you, which it should be, and then you can go from there. I'm going to be using a angel hair spaghetti. So in terms of the pasta choice, that's on you, but that is what I'm going to use just because I feel like it's prettier to plate than large chunky pastas. And I just think for this particular recipe with the vegetables and things of that nature, it'll just look much better. So I'm going to go ahead and put some water in the pot, and then we're going to go ahead and get to our pesto recipe. All right? So, yeah. I personally salt my water. I'm going to oil my water and put a little salt in there. I just salt it so that I don't really have to season the actual dish that much because the pasta already has that flavor in there. It's just me personally. Sometimes I even put garlic in my pasta. But those flavors get really soaked up in there. And we're going to go ahead and let that come to a boil. Okay? And when the water comes to a boil, that's when you're going to go ahead and add your pasta. Now, I'm going to go ahead and prepare ourselves for our, let's do the vegan Parmesan first, okay? So the vegan Parmesan, very, very simple. So you're gonna take your Vitamix bowl or whatever, you're gonna clean it. Processor, excuse me, I was losing a word, guys, I'm so sorry. You're gonna take the apparatus that you use your processor with, and you're going to go ahead and just add these ingredients. So you're going to add nutritional yeast. Don't need all of that. You're going to add some cashews. And you're going to add some salt and garlic powder. You're going to add a little olive oil. Just a little bit so you can get it moving around a little bit. And a little pepper. Now, with this, you're going to go ahead and just a little bit. Nothing major. And then you're just going to go ahead and process it. Bowl. So it's going to look like granulated powder. That's literally what it's going to look like. Okay? And that is your vegan Parmesan. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and clean out your apparatus that you use here. So that we can go ahead and make our pesto. So, you're going to go ahead and clean your apparatus. You're going to make sure your station is clean, which, you know, I pretty much keep mine clean. Anything that you're not using, you're going to go ahead and rinse out and push in the dishwasher. Okay? Let's see. 1 or 2. And right now, we're going to put it in. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and get our ingredients for our pesto. So, since I'm actually touching these ingredients, I'm going to be putting some gloves. What we're going to do here is another pretty much throw in. Nothing major. Of course, I'm going to put in the Inslate a recipe in terms of count and number measurements. Excuse me. Of course, I'm going to put the measurements in there for you guys. But for me, since I've been cooking the stuff that I cook for so long, it's like, I just know it like the back of my hand. All right, so we got basil, okay? Pretty much a bunch of basil. just literally a bunch. Most of this right here is gonna be handfuls, okay? Some more cashews, some garlic, about a tablespoon of garlic, and then we're gonna do some lemon juice and salt and pepper. We're also going to do some baby arugula and spinach. And that, oh Lord. Yes, I caught it. Toss those remains. Don't do what I did. So you put some lemon juice up in that thing. Again. See, I'm being clumsy today, guys. So, anything that falls, make sure you toss it. Okay, so I lost about 1 basil piece and a couple cashews. No garlic. That's really bad. All right, we're gonna put a little salt in there. Our water is almost boiling. Put a little salt. Just a little bit, because this is coarse salt here, so it will spread. Okay, so we got that, and then a little pepper. Oh, olive oil, of course. Olive oil is very necessary. Again, for all the newbies, there will be an end slide that has the full exact recipe. My videos are solely to show you guys how I cook them, you know, so that once you are equipped with the recipe, you're not dumbfounded. So, yes. Now we're gonna take a handful of baby arugula and spinach. They should generally have this mix anywhere. If not, you can just buy them separately. We're gonna fill that up pretty much there for the rest of it. Okay, and then the remainder part of that is pretty much it. We're gonna add some olive oil. And we're gonna put a little bit more lemon in there because I just feel like it wasn't enough to satisfy my taste. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and add our pasta here as well because it is full rolling boil. So we're gonna try to put it all in the water if possible. Just let it cook. Wow, it's gonna cook pretty fast because it's, like I said, it's angel hair. Now this apparatus here, this basically keeps the seeds from traveling down through. Although I just saw one. I'm gonna have to reach in my gloved finger myself. That snuck on through. If I can figure it out. Got it. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and process this. All right, so here is our pesto. Look how great. It looks like paint almost. It looks amazing. Now let's taste it. Shut your mouth. Yeah, now that's good. So we're going to be using this for our pasta. Look at the consistency of that. You see those ripples in there, baby? All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and clean our stage off a little bit. We're going to move this pasta around a little bit here. Now, we're going to go ahead and cook our veggies. So we're going to put some oil in the pot here, or the saucepan here. And we're gonna go ahead and cook our onions and our zucchini squash. Now, the zucchini squash I have moved. Now, you could blanch your zucchini squash if you like. Personally, I just like to saute things. That's just me personally. But that is on your own accord. There. Turn this fan on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and toss these in here. So we're gonna let that do that. Grab some more gloves. All right, our pasta is done here. We're gonna turn the pasta off. So we're gonna go ahead and add this and a little bit more oil. Now this, like I said, they are in half moons. This is our zucchini squash. This is an optional item. I personally just like a little extra vegetables since we don't have any chicken or anything of that nature in here. So we're going to go ahead and sweat these down. Now I have not seasoned them. We're just going to add, today's method is salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, excuse me. Salt and pepper, that's it. Maybe a little garlic and onion, but nothing fancy smashed today. We want the natural flavors of the vegetables to come through. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cook down our zucchini squash. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and cook down our. So we're going to go ahead and cook down our zucchini squash and our red onions. After they cook down a little bit, we're going to be adding our cherry tomatoes. Now these cherry tomatoes were halved. I'm going to go ahead and be adding those. When I add those, I'm going to add some fresh garlic as well. I want to add the fresh garlic at that time because fresh garlic can sometimes burn if you add it too early. Like now, these zucchini squash, they take a little bit more time if you're going to do it the sauteed way versus the blanching way. And blanching is simply you throw it in boiling hot water and then you throw it in ice water, okay? So if you do it that way, that's fine. You can just throw it in at the end. Like I said, I like a little crispness to it, a little color. So I'm just going to go ahead and go balls to the wall and saute it for a little bit, okay? So this is probably going to take maybe 6 more minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and I'm basically just going to finish the pasta, and I'm going to come back right before I'm going to be adding the pesto sauce. So like I said, I'm going to be adding these tomatoes to this mixture. Now this mixture looks just like this. Like I said, we are adding color to it. So this is what we're going for right now. So we're just kind of caramelizing this here, okay? So once that gets done there, we're going to go ahead and add the cherry tomatoes. Once those cherry tomatoes are added, we're going to add the pasta, we're going to add the pesto, and we're going to add the vegan parmesan. And then your pasta's done. So I'm going to pretty much assemble right up to the point where we're going to be adding the pesto sauce. So, we have our cherry tomatoes. They are starting to blister. And we have our zucchini squash, which are getting caramelized a little bit. And clearly the onions are pretty much there. Okay? So what we're going to do now is add the pasta here. So we're going to add the pasta. And we're going to mix them together. Now once you did that, you're going to go ahead and add the pesto sauce, and you're going to add the Parmesan cheese. At this point, you can turn your fire off, okay? Because the food is pretty much done. We're just assembling at this point, okay? Pesto sauce. We're going to really just top it with the Parmesan and a little of the lemon juice once it's complete. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and mix those together. I'm going to bring it closer to you guys so you guys can actually see what we're doing. I'm going to turn the fan off now because everything's pretty much cooked. Okay? So basically, what we've done is we put the pasta together to make one great dish. Okay, now you want to get all the goods together. Everything should have that pesto flavor. If you want a little bit more pesto, which I do, the rest of that can go there. You can put a little water in your stuff. You know, the stuff in the day. And go ahead. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, now that you can see the pasta is pretty much all green. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add some of the Parmesan that we made here. And we're going to go ahead and mix that in there. Now you should have some left for the toppings, for the plating. And that is the recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this, and then I'm going to have a bite with you guys together. so it is all done here. So this is what our dish looks like. Very easy, very simple. Let's get a bite here. Let's see what it's tasting like. All right, so. Oh, I want to get a little lemon on there. Oh, that's a lot of flavor. You would normally need like protein, like a shrimp or a piece of chicken, piece of steak. Anyway, of course, I'm here to show you that vegan is fun. Vegan is something that you cannot be afraid to try. I'm very happy to give you this recipe for vegan vegetable pesto pasta. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, I love you guys. See you later.